I am originally from the Greater Toronto area in Canada, but I currently live in beautiful Clearwater Beach with my husband. As a designer, I would say that my aesthetic is very delicate, feminine, beautiful, which all comes down really to my background, which was working in the ateliers in Paris. How I ended up there was kind of a funny story because my mother had actually seen a tour of these beautiful ateliers on the Martha Stewart show and said to me, "Sarah, this is where you need to be, because all of my life I've been beading and embroidering and doing surface embellishments on fabrics. So me being who I am, if I get something in my head, I have to do it." And so I pretty much figured out what this atelier was. It's called Lesage. It's owned by Chanel, and it's under the umbrella of a whole bunch of these small ateliers that Karl Lagerfeld had actually bought up to keep the traditional handcrafted and traditional techniques alive in the world of couture. So anyway, long story short, I ended up in Paris, France for 5 years. I became certified in haute couture beadwork and embroidery, and only one of a handful in the US that is actually certified. And so a lot of that really translates into my work now. You can see it, it's evident in all of my pieces, and you can also really see that I am really influenced by the aesthetic that Chanel carries as well. So a lot of tulle, a lot of the beautiful fabrics that they use, the embellishment designs. So what do I love about the fashion industry? I mean, for me, it's couture. Couture all the way. The idea that something is completely handmade specifically for one client in mind. The idea that, you know, these pieces that I make, I put a little bit of my heart and soul into it. So currently my collection that I'm working on incorporates vintage Parisian pieces, and what I do is I completely take them apart and I use the fabrics to create new pieces that incorporate, again, my couture aesthetic and my hand details. One of the things I don't like in fashion right now is just how fast it is and the amount of waste. So this is a great way to think about sustainability in fashion, because I am reusing these textiles that otherwise would have ended up in a landfill.